Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about 3 videos concerning UFOs and extraterrestrial contact, the nature of consciousness, remote viewing, and astral travel. So I'm coming from my desktop today so I can discuss these videos, and later on an app. I will talk about an app as well. So the first video I want to talk about is one that is really interesting. It's not a factual UFO contact or extraterrestrial contact, but it is noteworthy in that this movie was created by a mother and her 2 boys, her 2 sons. They created this whole movie, and it's right now on Prime for free because of the whole launch with the SpaceX recently. They put a lot of space shows on for Prime free. But this is a very good movie. It is amazing how good this is, considering a mom and her sons and a $500 movie camera created this movie. It's got plenty of drama. It's got some action scenes. It's a real, if you are a little bit of a geek, a nerd, you love science or sci-fi and science, I mean hardcore science, real science, it's all in here. And it is worth watching. This will show you what just a small group of people can do. This is a great movie. It's a great Sunday evening or weekend watch, and it will encourage you to know what is possible with a handful of people and a small budget. So this movie is called Cosmos, and it's right now on Amazon Prime for free. And that is something I wanted to let you look at. And the next one I want to talk about, which is noteworthy, is this new movie out by Dr. Greer, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, Contact Has Begun. I was part of the crowdfunding for his second movie, Unacknowledged. And this one is a really good movie in that it has a lot of factual UFO and extraterrestrial contact in the movie. They've documented it with film and with all kinds of scientific gadgets that they used to measure the electromagnetic fields and radio frequencies and things, and they've got this all in this new movie of his. And so I would highly recommend watching this movie. He also discusses the nature of consciousness, and this is why I'm bringing up Dr. Greer. Out of everybody out there that's in the UFO field, this man really is really understanding what's going on. He is talking about how everything is consciousness and how these beings are coming in and out of different frequencies or dimensions of consciousness, and it's very compatible with my teachings, and so I highly recommend this movie. So you could probably get it for cheaper than $4.99. That's HD. You could rent it for SD for probably $2.99 or something. So that's another movie. Another movie I want to suggest is not a movie. It's actually a video by Dr. Greer. And this one he recently did with Russell Targ. This is a very good video. It's on YouTube. And you can find it under Dr. Stephen Greer and Dr. Russell Targ continue their discussion. It's about an hour and 30-minute talk, and this goes into the nature of consciousness. It goes into remote viewing. It goes into astral travel. And the interesting thing is that Dr. Greer, coming from an atheist sort of background, and he's very scientific, and he's viewing everything as remote viewing. And of course, Russell Targ is one of the leading world experts on remote viewing. He started the whole remote viewing project with the CIA back, I guess, in the 60s. And so he and a group of people. And so they are talking about remote viewing, but Russell takes it one step farther in that he is actually understanding that there's a difference between remote viewing and astral travel, which goes with some of my teachings. A remote viewing is more or less witnessing something, going with your mind, with your consciousness to a position, a coordinates, and observing as to what it is. And in this video, they talk about some of their remote viewers going way out in the solar system and remote viewing different planets and remote viewing things way in the past and way in the future, and how consciousness is just so multidimensional. It can go anywhere in space, anywhere in time, anywhere. So this is a very good conversation that is compatible with my teachings. But the interesting thing here also is that Russell, Dr. Greer was talking about a remote viewing that occurred, and Russell Targ was talking about his experience of that, and he was explaining it in a way that was more astral travel, because he was telling Greer, this is more than halfway through the video, that, oh well, they could see you. This is not just remote viewing. They could see you. And if they can, they can see you, and it means that you're now manifesting a body, which I've talked about in astral traveling and also with my high smart body, fifth density body. You are manifesting a body there. And so he was, Dr. Russell was talking about how they could see you and you didn't want to stay very long there. You were sort of spying on them because these were military people, so these were not people unaware. If they caught you there because they could see your astral body, they could track your consciousness. And that goes, this was a very interesting point he made, because this goes directly to my video that I did on ETs, aliens, and dark forces influencing humanity. And I went into a large, deep discussion about how your consciousness can get hijacked. And you have to be careful about what you do with your consciousness, especially if you're going to put your consciousness in an astral travel position where it is totally anchored somewhere where they can notice you. And so I want to recommend these 3 videos for you to watch. They are very complementary with what the teachings are going on here. And then the next thing I'd like to show you and that whole idea is Dr. Greer has come up with an app. I think some of you may know this. This is his CE5 app. And people, let me see if I can get that to the camera right. And so what's happening with this is that, he has groups. Some of you may know this. He has groups that go out and they meditate, and they set up all this equipment for measuring the atmosphere and the frequencies, and they have infrared goggles and cameras. Infrared is very big in understanding how to capture UFOs, because the UFOs are not coming here manifesting in their full ship, because then they're picked up by the military. So a lot of them are sitting out there right in front of us in these other bands of frequencies that we can't see, but infrared can pick them up. So there's that going on, but there's also real manifestations, which was back in that second video, his new movie, where he has real manifestations. Now the app is a group of people that go out, not necessarily with Dr. Greer, but on their own. They gather some nearby neighbors or a group, and they go out into the wilderness and they do this C5 protocol. And they've been having a lot of results, and they've been filming it, and it's been added to the library for Dr. Greer to use in these films that he's doing. So I want to bring up that app, and that might be a good thing if you're interested in actually getting involved in contacting, UFOs and extraterrestrial life, and getting with a group and going out, way out, away from, you know, the lights and civilization, and get out there in the world, you know, out away from humanity, basically, and get out there and start working with this. So that is something as a group. When I was mentioning in my last video about finding groups, this is something you can do. The app has also an entire map. If you sign up, if you enroll, you can get in the map, and you can see on the map everybody near you who is also doing the CE5 contact adventures. So you could, and then you can email them, and you can get together with that group, and you can start going out. The only thing I want to talk about seriously with this app, because I've been through the app and I've looked at the entire program, and I would just strongly recommend you never use this app at your home location. Even if your home location may be a big farm and there's not too many people near you, do not put your location into the astral world and out there into consciousness. That is not wise. Whenever you are in your home meditating, I want you to make sure you're always meditating in the sacred fire, and you need to put a sphere of protection around your home, around your property, your car, all of your electronic equipment. Everything should be protected, and it should be used with the sacred fire. And you need to shield. You need to shield your home and shield your house and property. And so you don't want to ever be calling in anything and giving them your location, because what's going to happen is that the lowest frequencies around are going to pick you up first, and that's generally the dark, and it's generally unfriendly astral forces and unfriendly interdimensional. And now they know where you live because you've lit up and told people where you live. So don't do that. Don't ever, even in your meditations in your house, you know, call out for someone, and just haphazardly call out for someone. And even if you don't give them your address, by calling out like that, you are sending a signal into consciousness. And if you're calling out in a desperate way, or a way of fear or anxiety or remorse or whatever, you're low frequency, and you're going to drag in a bunch of garbage into your home, and now you're going to be under attack, and you don't want to do that. You always want to keep your house in high vibration, shielded and protected. So this app is okay to use. This is why I'm suggesting it, but you need to get way away from your house. You need to make sure there is a meditation on this app to do before you start calling out the location of where you are, so that the ETs can find you. But I would suggest you really beef up your sacred fire meditation while this meditation is being played, and everybody is using that meditation of Dr. Greer's. He's just saying, open up to the universe, you know, open up to your consciousness, and he's not using protection. I'm suggesting you add an extra layer onto this app of protection. They're having experiences and phenomena, and beings are popping through interdimensionally and contacting them, and ships are showing up. They've got it all on video, which is in that movie. But my suggestion is, when you start reaching out, you've got to make sure your protection is beefed up and you are balanced in a very high vibration out there with that group you're with. Make sure you know that group pretty well, that they are not coming in low frequencies, that they are you know, energizing up their vibration before you sit out to try to make contact. So that's my video for today, friends. Some good things to watch that are compatible. There's a lot of great discussion going on about consciousness in the Russell Targ interview, and also in the Greer movie. It is amazing. They're starting now. Some people are starting to get it. It's not all about the nuts and bolts spaceships, but it's really about consciousness. So thanks very much today, and for being with me today, and I will see you in the next video.